You know what, Petey's definitely going to be the red corner. Question is going to be John Morrison, Shamrock, or Guy. I think I'm going to go with Guy. I think that'll be the matchup here. So let's let the internet know we're here.
Hi.
It's cool to see Petey still wrestling. Go with that NGK. Just made my post, letting people know what's going on here. Ooh, digging that Twitch Prime sub GK. Very much appreciate it. Big spinning back fist from Guy. I should probably close these other windows. This last time, Chrome just caused my things to go to absolute shit. Because Chrome really, really likes memory. Like, just a substantial amount. Really more than it has any right to, honestly. Yep, made that mistake twice in a row, so not planning on doing it again, but I do appreciate the reminder, definitely. Damn, Guy just beat the shit out of Petey Williams. And Dave not happy about it. Well, I can see you are here in the arena here. Don't have window open, seeing who all else has made it out thus far, but you know what? You're here on time. Well, actually, we're a little bit early today, but kind of expected the dark to go a little bit longer than it did, but we got a lot of tag team matches to get through tonight, so 10 minutes early start, not necessarily a bad thing, so I mean, that's a fair point. This was some kind of bullshit for a minute. As I said, a lot of tag team matches to get through, which means we're going to be starting the Source Magazine Chop Shop tournament tonight. Ooh, appreciate you with 9 months subscription from Serpa. And just because of that, like, the business between JBIII and James going to be a little bit in holding. All right, Shenjo's here. All right, looks like people definitely starting to make their way into the Blake's House arena, so let's not waste any more of the people already in attendance precious time. Let us get this show on the road. Alright, everyone is here for another fine edition of Blake's House Professional Wrestling. I'm sure the competitors are well rested after 1 week off, but just 2 weeks ago, we had the Knicks Wrestling Organization special event where the NWO stable crowned their first ever champion in an absolutely brutal barbed wire death match. But as we alluded to just a couple weeks ago, the Source magazine was generous enough to sponsor a tag team tournament that will crown the inaugural Chop Shop champion of Judgment Professional Wrestling. We're going to be taking a moment to look at that bracket very shortly, but let's go ahead and break down a little bit else of what you're going to be seeing tonight. Of course, the KOF Trios title on the line as it is every week. Actually got members of Knicks Wrestling Organization and Judgment Pro Wrestling featured on tonight's show. The runner-up, or the man that came just short in that inaugural Knicks Wrestling Organization Championship, Jim Jack, going head-to-head with Alfonso, as both of them looking to get a jump start in their singles careers. And we have the JPW champion A-Man in another special exhibition. He will be competing tonight against Shawn Satchwell, man that very nearly went the distance against the Rapture. And of course, in tonight's main event, you are going to see the Mag.Lo Open Challenge as Mag.Lo, current Blake's House Tag Team Champion, once again holds court against all comers in Blake's House Professional Wrestling. But let's go ahead and get into our opening contest of tonight. Blake Cabus, Zero Lopez, one-on-one right now. representing that trio stable, but hold on, Zero makes his way to the ring. Representing that trio stable of Slam Channel 5, Shenjo, James Holloway, and Blake. And Zero has made it his mission to be a thorn in the side of this group of men, which is why they are opening up tonight's contest. Blake starting off strong here. Amazing display of athletic ability right at the start of the round, but Zero responds back, goes for an early cover, but Blake kicks out. I believe these two men got into it a little bit backstage earlier. I believe Blake, longtime gamer, bringing Grand Blue Versus to the Blake's house backstage. And that looks like they're going to continue that rivalry in the ring. Another big Sobat kick and crossface from Zero Lopez. Step up into Gary, but Zero just not letting Blake keep that offensive momentum, but oh my god. Blake making sure that Zero knows exactly who he's messing with here. Big Pele kick. Zero can't seem to pin Blake down. And that may be why Zero is going for these holds here. Just trying to slow Blake down. Hold on. Sunset flip powerbomb right in the center of the ring, but only a count of one. You've got to figure that stings. Zero Lopez looking for that Puerto Rican destroyer. But big strike exchange. Blake coming out on top. The gut from Zero. This contest completely back and forth thus far. But you see right on the outside of that blue Gatorade corner, Shenjo waiting in the wings. You've got to wonder, will he be a factor in this contest? Blake going high risk but thinks better of it. And Zero delivering a Pele kick of his own. And once again, blocking on that crossface.
5 minutes gone.
Back switch, and Blake now fired into that orange Gatorade corner. Zero thinking about what he wants to do, thinking a little bit too long, giving Blake an opportunity. Frog splash off the top in honor of his Uncle Eddie, gets a count of 2. Switch once again, and Zero now just trying to outmaneuver Blake, and once again going to that hold. Blake to his feet first, and style over strategy as he delivers elbow after elbow with the theatrics in the center. And Blake making sure Zero knows exactly who is in control of this match. As he locks on that figure 4 with bridge. Zero putting his educated feet to good use. That kick to the gut has been getting him a lot of mileage in this contest. Big neck breaker from Zero. And this time Zero electing to work the legs. He's going to potentially create problems for Blake as he wants to hit that backstabber, but on a bum knee, that's going to be especially difficult. But Blake now once again going up top, and another big frog splash. And both men down, both men to their feet at almost the same time, and now Zero once again in control. Zero going up top. And 450 splash, too. Oh my god, that was nearly enough. Hold on now. Going high risk. What are you doing, Zero? Oh my god, Spanish fly off the top. And Zero rolls him up. 1, 2. But still not enough to put Blake away. Flying head scissors And Blake looking for that momentum shift here. And Zero is in trouble. He is out on his feet. Picture perfect drop kick to the chest. And big lung blower. And Blake now, bit of an arrogant cover, but Zero nearly unable to kick out. Blake now seeming to get fired up here. He's going for that backstabber. No, Pele kick counter from Zero. And the Zero kick combination. And once again, Mr. Lopez in control, but a lung blower taking the air out of Zero in this contest, and that will be enough. And Blake doing it all by himself. Shenjo at ringside, not even a factor in this contest. And Zero will have to take a moment to regroup and figure out exactly what he wants to do about this dangerous stable of individuals. But before we can get into that, I mentioned earlier, the Source Magazine sponsoring a tag team tournament. Let's go ahead and look at that bracket. As Blake continuing to talk a little bit of trash as the team of Slam Channel 5 making their way to the back. But as you can see here, a new division in Judgment Pro Wrestling is underway. The Chop Shop Tag Team Division. There is no disqualification, no countout, tornado tag format. And you can see the 7 teams competing for that championship, as well as $50,000 and a brand new SUV, courtesy of the Source Magazine. And the first team getting a bye out of the first round due to their performance against the Firm on an earlier show is the team of Robert Walsh and John Newton. The first matchup we are going to be seeing this evening, JB3 and his close personal friend D-Mob going head-to-head with the Pearlman brothers. But I spoke just moments ago about the Firm, and you can see Mr. Adams and Mr. Smith going up against the team of Method and Redman. Blake's house favorite, JJ Mondo, teaming with his mentor and idol, Slick Rick, against the team of Omar, Epps, and Busta Rhymes. Rounding out this bracket, you'll be seeing the entirety of the first round action on tonight's program. But let's go ahead and get into this first contest as JB3 and D-Mob take on the Pearlman brothers. I see you here, Zoe. Appreciate you stopping by. We've got one hell of a show set up for tonight, trust me. But, first of such contests, JB3 and D-Mob. And you've got to figure this rough style of fighting going to favor this team. JB3 and D-Mob never afraid to get their hands dirty, whereas the Pearlman brothers a little bit cleaner, although certainly can take things to the extreme when the situation calls for it. So we will have to see what the team of Josh and Rylan Pearlman have to answer back to JB3 and D-Mob. Roll up out of nowhere. As I said, this is tornado tag format. It will be absolute chaos from bell to bell. No countouts, no disqualifications. have to see exactly what team is prepared to take advantage of that format the best. JB3 evading that drop kick from Josh Pearlman. And big power bomb from D-Mob and JB3. And devastating lariat. Like I said, this format on paper favors the team of JB3 and D-Mob, but hold on just a moment. Pearlman's trying to regroup here. And Josh holding his own against D-Mob, but JB3 really making himself hard to pin down over the course of this contest.
Give up.
Guillotine-like leg drop. JB3 so disruptive in the ring, making sure that the Pearlman brothers are unable to maintain that momentum. But hold on, somebody's already been busted open here. It's difficult to see exactly who. Maybe Ron Pearlman under that mask. No, excuse me, it is Josh. See the blood just dripping down into his shirt. And getting busted open this early in the contest, so costly, as who knows how long this match is going to take. But you just feel that vitality draining out of your body over the course of this contest, and it is only going to get worse as the match goes on. Big cutter, but right now D-Mob trying to slow things down. Ooh, big backdrop to the outside.
5 minutes gone.
And big sleeper drop from D-Mob. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Only 2. Josh shooting D-Mob, or D-Mob shooting Josh back into that corner. Ooh, big soul butt kick as JB3 battles it out. Hold on.
Give up. 1.
Mario trying to count a pinfall and call a submission at the same time. Can't be in two places at once, and that ends up working in favor of the Pearlman brothers. Goes for a jawbreaker. JB3 caught in a 2-on-1 situation, and he is trapped in this hold, but D-Mob able to break his partner free. Big double backdrop. JB3 and D-Mob just creating havoc to the Pearlman brothers, and Ryan able to make the save, but unable to keep things going. And once again, JB3 just stepping on the lower abdomen and devastating running powerbomb cover. 1, 2. Oh, that was nearly it. I don't know how Josh Pearlman able to power out of that. But he did all on his own. Devastating Emerald Flosion. And could that be enough? JB3 protecting his teammate. But once again, the Pearlman brothers showing they are all heart in this contest. But heart sometimes is not enough, especially when it is all over the mat, as it is in the case of Josh Pearlman, as he continues to bleed in that orange Gatorade corner. And D-Mob setting up once, twice, only 2, as Josh Pearlman making the save. And 3 power bombs. Ryan Pearlman just flattened into the mat. And flipping senton. Ryan Pearlman's been down for a considerable amount of time. But this could be the comeback they need. Count 2 from Ryan Pearlman, but once again, devastating Emerald Flosion. Josh Pearlman absorbing just a considerable amount of punishment over the course of this contest. But Ryan Pearlman still relatively fresh as he's taking on this team. Picture perfect drop kick into the chest, but once again, D-Mob all alone with Josh Pearlman. Cover 1, no rope break to save him, but he is able to power out of it all on his own. And the Pearlman brothers making it very clear there is still a lot of fight left in these men, as Ryan Pearlman gets a 2 count of his own onto JB3.
1, 2, 3.
And pardon me, I misspoke earlier. There is no disqualifications, no rope breaks, but Mario counting while D-Mob is on the outside. Now once again JB3 on the outside as the Pearlman brothers attempt to control the ring, try and make this a one-on-one fight as much as possible, or a 2-on-1 fight rather. Emerald Flosion once again, this time to Ryan Pearlman, and Josh still just bleeding out on the mat. And JB3 and D-Mob will advance to the second round. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no way to turn off the countout for the next match. I thought I had turned off everything, but I guess I missed that one. It shouldn't be a huge factor, but it is a bit of an inconvenience. But we can get a bit of a look at what the bracket is starting to look like. JB3 and D-Mob. Would be unfair to say they dominated that match, as the Pearlman brothers showed signs of life and got a couple of near falls of their own at various points in the match, but just couldn't quite go the distance against the boss of New York's underground fight scene and the boss of Judgment Pro Wrestling. So they will be advancing to face John Newton and Robert Walsh next week. And a little bit later tonight, you'll see the Firm going up against Method and Red, as well as JJ Mondo and Slick Rick against OE and Busta Rhymes. But let us get back to some singles action. As I said earlier, Alfonso going head-to-head against Jim Jack, both men interested in advancing their singles career. As both men not quite able to go the distance on the Knicks Wrestling Organization show. This match here could be a big difference maker into where they fit on the card in the upcoming weeks. So let us go ahead and get into this match right now. Jim Jack and Alfonso should be an interesting matchup. Both men clearly influenced by the professional wrestling stars of the late 90s, early 2000s, going to be seeing some similarities in both competitors' move lists. As I said, Alfonso, back from his excursion from Japan, was slotted into an MMA bout against Craig Tonga. Came up short in that contest, but still very devastating competitor. And he's going to be looking to make his mark in the singles division, possibly going after Terrell's title at some point in the future. JBIII, very similar story. Came into Blake's House Wrestling fairly strong, ended up earning a spot to challenge for the Mixed Wrestling Organization Championship, but ended up losing out to Dick Bruiser. Gotta figure both of these men coming off big losses. Gotta figure who is going to be able to bounce back and get themselves back into the spotlight. Right now, JBIII, repeated kicks to the crown. So not going to make that easy. Goes for that barn door left hand, not quite able to find its mark, and that created an opening for JBIII as he once again goes for those repeated kicks to the crown. And both competitors now slugging it out. Who's going to come out on top here? It looks like it is Alfonso, as he just continues to stomp the stomach of JBIII, just trying to take the wind out of him. JBIII dazed here, but a vertical suplex seemingly out of desperation gets JBIII back into this fight and punts Alfonso, but Alfonso to his feet immediately. And JBIII now going up top. Big double stomp, not quite able to find his mark as Alfonso rolls out of the way, but unable to escape that big backdrop. And Alfonso just having a great deal of difficulty keeping that momentum. Gotta wonder if just getting his lights turned out by Craig Tonga still with him at this point. Hold on. Massive power bomb. And JBIII now, what is he setting up for? Hold on just a moment. And flying forearm smash to the back of the head. Alfonso unable to protect himself. And Alfonso is in trouble here. But hold on just a moment. Big lariat from Alfonso. Looks like he's starting to rally here. Big combination, sidesteps that chop. And spinebuster, but unable to capitalize as JBIII able to escape whatever hold Alfonso was trying to apply. Ooh, big Tony John knee strike as the crowd starts to get behind Alfonso. And it looks like Alfonso getting a little bit of momentum with the crowd behind him. Hold on, JBIII setting him up top. Is that gonna be enough? That devastating head drop onto the turnbuckle, but no. Alfonso not quitting just yet. He's still got more fight in him, but planted into the mat with that devastating DDT, and once again, JBIII going up top. Big double stomp. This one will find its mark in the stomach of Alfonso. But hold on, big stunner. That could be the momentum shift that he needed. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count after that stunner. And now Alfonso pulling out the big guns. Big rock bottom. Stunner, rock bottom. Attitude adjustment. And this is that ruthless aggression era offense that I mentioned at the earlier parts of this contest. We were going to see big diving headbutt from JBIII. And a second diving headbutt, and Alfonso stuck on the mat. Somehow Alfonso able to get just a fingertip on that bottom rope, and that could have been the difference maker there. But another big double stomp, and Alfonso still on the mat, but JBIII thinking better of that exchange here. Big DDT. Alfonso trying to figure out exactly what he has to do. Hold on, small package bomb, center of the ring. That's got to be it. 3 count fall from Jack. And Jack victorious in tonight's contest. Just an explosive bout of offense near the end of that match from Alfonso, but it was just not enough as Jack just had so much momentum, able to kick out of that stunner, and Jack just kept on rolling, able to pick up the victory with that small package bomb. But speaking of keeping on rolling, of course, we have the Mag.Lo Open Challenge tonight. Let us go ahead and start figuring out. We've got a full arena. Figure out exactly who is going to be competing in that Mag.Lo Open Challenge. Now, GK, you are absolutely right. First at the door going to be Frank Vista. But that's going to leave 7 other names for tonight's program. And yeah, so what I would say is, like, I'm not sure if your character is too weak, because if I had to guess, your character is actually statted higher than Jack. But sometimes the dice rolls just do not go your way, as Jack won a lot of grapple exchanges. That's this game. Like, nobody in particular, but if you want to suggest somebody, Nick, you are welcome to do so. As Jack was the only person that I had planned in a match tonight. Right, yeah, in the trios match. And you know what I'm kind of thinking here is Terrell's been on a bit of a tear lately, but let's give him another run in the Battle Royal as well. You know what, go back to the match that made him once again as a competitor. As we like to show off our champions here at Blake's House Professional Wrestling, particularly after that about 2-month period of not doing that. You know, I can do a handful of those guys, and actually, you know what? Drew, for his 9 months of subscription, let's go ahead and get him in here. Let's see. And go ahead and do David, and let's get Timmy Throws in as well. So we've got a bunch of shoot wrestlers in tonight's contest. I'm going to leave Matt out only because it's still kind of unclear what we want to do with him after losing that tag team match last week. And we're going to have to, like, kind of figure out what the creative on Matt is. But that still leaves 3 slots if anybody wants to suggest some names. Video game. Okay, yeah, it's just a generic move list. That's what I thought. You know, somebody we haven't seen in a little bit is somebody from the from Ian's Federation here. I'm gonna go ahead and put Admiral Funk himself in the Battle Royal, as we're still waiting on some characters. You're good. We still got 2 more slots if you want to suggest somebody. You are, in fact, in a match. Let's see. Alright, you know what? I'm not in a match. This is the Mag.Lo Battle Royal. We got room for 1 more slot if anybody wants to suggest a name. I should. Let's see. I do, in fact, have an Alexa Bliss. Appreciate the suggestion, Nick. Got it just a moment too late. But, I mean, we do one of these every week, so could put in some of those original characters in a later one of these. Or even for a trios team, because I think I have enough to put together as a trios team. But right now, let's take a quick look at what these 8 individuals are competing for. This Battle Royal will determine the opponent of Mag.Lo in tonight's main event, the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into tonight's contest. Look at the top of the action here. Drew Serpa and Timmy Throws. This matchup goes back to Timmy Throws' debut on Blake's House TV, as it is wrestler versus wrestler. But you cannot afford to take an eye off Terrell or Frank Vista, as both Battle Royal veterans hold on. Admiral Funk already eliminated. Forearm smash to the back of the head, but Drew undeterred. Now going head to head with Alexa Bliss, double stomp into the chest. And Timmy throws, launch to the outside. We are down to 6, and it hasn't even been 2 minutes in tonight's contest. Big European uppercut. And a punt to the back as both members of, a couple members of Blake's house going head-to-head against Frank Vista. And now Vista and Terrell squaring off in the center of the ring. Terrell's small man, but not one that can be underestimated in a contest of strength, as he proves against Frank Vista. Now David, Princeler, Drew battling it out in that orange Gatorade corner. Mario calling for a break. Hold on. Big double suplex from Terrell and Vista to Alexa Bliss. Now it is absolute chaos in the ring here. Competitors changing dance partners left and right. Ron just still total chaos here. Drew nearly pinned by David. David once again going for that flash roll up, but not getting any further out of it. All 6 competitors battling it out in that blue Gatorade corner now. And in a match like this, you have to keep your head on a swivel. Drew pulling Alexa Bliss out of the way of David's diving elbow. And now goes for a pin attempt on David. Possibly a little bit of animosity back from when Drew had first been brought into Blake's house. As Drew and Antonio feuding briefly with Matt and David. And there may still be bad blood even this far into the company's life. As Princeler locks on that crossface. We are down to 5 as David making his way to the back. And it is still very much anybody's match here. Big European uppercut from Drew. Sandwich lariat. I don't know how Frank Vista didn't go through Alexa Bliss with that devastating lariat of his. And unprettier, extremely Canadian offense. But hold on. Princeler dumped to the outside with that burning hammer, that patented finishing hold from Terrell Benjamin, and we are down to 4. Big backdrop from Drew. Roll up out of nowhere, and now just Drew trying to stretch Terrell out, maybe trying to make a statement that he is interested in Terrell's title. And hold on, Terrell going for that torture rack hold, that Argentine backbreaker. But Alexa Bliss able to get a hand on that top rope. Terrell and Alexa Bliss, the 2 smallest competitors in this match, but not competitors that you can afford to count out. Hold on. Drew going for that cheeky pin attempt on Terrell, but unable to pick up the victory with it. Gut wrench suplex, and Drew taking a moment to breathe here. On sunset flip powerbomb from Bliss, while Terrell's got that figure 4 leg lock locked in on Drew.
Give up. Give up. Give up.
Big jawbreaker from Bliss, but once again, all 4 competitors just centered around one corner. Although Terrell shot into that orange Gatorade corner, getting a moment to breathe as the chaos prevented anyone from being able to chase him into that corner. Alexa Bliss getting fired up, big rolling elbow, and Vista now in trouble. Pinning combination cover. 3 count fall, and that's going to be an elimination. We are down to Drew. We are down to Terrell. We are down to Frank Vista as your final 3 in tonight's Battle Royal.
Give up. Give up.
Terrell will not be submitted that easily. He is your Blake's House champion after all. Terrell possibly trying to send Vista over the top. Hold on.
1.
Small package hold. 2. Oh my God, a count of 2. And I can't even begin to predict who is going to come out on top in this Battle Royal. Terrell rolls through, but Vista trying to pick up after. Terrell going up top, but unable to do so. 1, 2, 3 count fall. We are down to Terrell. Hold on. Frank Vista. Frank Vista eliminates Terrell after he's been disqualified. Oh my God. And Drew, the last man standing in the ring. I have no words, ladies and gentlemen. But what I can say is Drew Serpa is going to be in tonight's main event. I am curious. We can talk about it afterward. Like, what you've got with the character that's like, or maybe if it's just strictly coincidence, like why he does so much after the bell, like attacks. But that was real good. I said, folks, this was a show you guys do not want to miss. Ooh, and I am a little bit ahead of myself here, as we need to cut back to our Chop Shop Tag Team Tournament sponsored by The Source Magazine, as Mr. Adams and Mr. Smith go head-to-head with Method and Redman. And there you see the Firm. Yeah, there will certainly have to be some repercussions, as Terrell certainly cheated out of an opportunity to be in tonight's main event. But certainly can't worry about that right now, as we have a match as the Firm going up against Johnny Blaze and Doc themselves. And everything I said about the last matchup absolutely does not apply here. All 4 of these men are absolutely bar brawlers that are going to be taking advantage of this format to the best of their ability. And Doc already delivering those kicks to the groin. A man that makes that a staple of his offense, but Mr. Adams not letting that 2-on-1 situation get him down, as Mr. Adams and Johnny Blaze in a bit of a test of strength. Neither man able to come out on top. But here's that patented double team offense of the Firm. The sort of offense that won this team the tag titles in the Blake's House League, but right now this is a brand new format, a brand new ball game, as now Mr. Smith slugging it out with Doc, and Doc coming out on top as he delivers mounted punches to the back of the head. Method Man and Mr. Adams battling it out here, but now Method Man sending Mr. Smith to the outside. And both members of both teams just getting in absolute slugfest with one another. Neither side able to get to a decisive victory. Oh, big kick taking Mr. Smith's leg right out from underneath his leg. And once again, Redman going for that kick to the groin, that maneuver that is such a staple in his offense. Method Man going for that throwback enziguri, unable to hit its mark. And that dropkick sidestepped as well. Big backdrop from Mr. Adams as Mr. Smith takes Redman away from this contest, trying to prevent him from being able to make a save. And another big backdrop as Redman continues to battle it out with Mr. Smith. Mr. Adams now powering his way out of that 2-on-1 situation. As Adams and Redman one-on-one. Adams and Method Man now.
Give up.
And Adams and Method Man just trading positions near that corner turnbuckle. On, going for the cover one. Only a count of one. As you can see, this format, no disqualifications, no rope breaks. If he was unable to kick out, despite having a hand under that bottom rope, that would still result in a loss in this new format.
Give up.
Big leaping pile driver from Mr. Smith, but Mr. Smith protecting his teammate, but ends up getting in the way of a big boot to the chest. And much like our last contest, I can't even begin to predict how this is going to go. It's back and forth constantly between the Firm and Method and Red. Ooh, devastating lariat from Mr. Adams and another. And Redman has had enough. But the Firm now 2-on-1 against Method Man, and Redman looks like he's out of gas here.
Give up.
Big sweep and a second sweep, taking both members of the Firm's legs out from underneath their legs. And once again, Mr. Adams not allowing himself to be double teamed, but big Emerald Flosion from Method Man. And it would seem as though the team of Method Man and Redman are in control right now. Although Redman still looking a little bit gassed. And once again, tandem offense from the Firm proves to be extremely effective as a big fall-away slam from Mr. Smith. And oh my God, that belly-to-back suplex just launching Johnny Blaze across the ring. Man now sending Mr. Smith into that corner, but hold on. Dominator just crushing. 1, 2. And Method Man too distracted, had his eyes on his opponent, and was not aware that Redman was in a pinning predicament just a few feet beside him. And nearly costing his team the victory there, but big backbreaker. Method Man fired up now. And finally able to get some tandem offense in is the team of Method and Redman. Big spine buster. Possibly setting up for another devastating slam. And this time Method Man shot into the opposite corner of the ring. That's, oh my God, no. Redman still has some gas left in the tank. And Johnny Unitas with that tandem offense. The Firm once again on top here. Just as I say that, Redman starting to battle back. Redman to his feet immediately. 1, 2. Method Man somehow finding that inner strength to kick out. And another big fall-away slam from Mr. Smith. These two teams are going to war with one another.
1, 2.
Method Man coming in to make the save. Big lariat from Mr. Smith, and Redman clearly fired up. Method Man out on his feet as a clubbing blow to the back of his head plants him onto the mat. Hold on, exploder suplex from Method Man. Just as I say that, Method Man once again battling back. That's gotta be it. No, Method Man somehow refusing to be submitted. And big lariat. Mr. Adams and Mr. Smith now on the ropes. Powerbomb stacks him up. That was almost enough. But Mario unable to get to Redman to count the other pin attempt. And just a devastating clothesline. That's got to be enough as a big diving headbutt. No. 1, 2, 3 count fall. And Mr. Smith digging deep. So rarely does he go high risk. But he is aware of the stakes of this match. He is aware of exactly what Method and Red were kicking out of time and time again. So he pulls out something this team has never seen before and is able to pick up the victory. But these two teams going to absolute war with one another. And that is exactly the sort of match that you are going to see in the Chop Shop Tag Team division from Judgment Pro Wrestling. Sponsored by The Source Magazine. Let's see. But we've still got a lot of show left for you guys tonight. As Ramon climbing his way in that singles division, climbing that ladder, looking to meet up with Terrell at the top of the mountain, but right now he has got to go through Eric Alpizar. And we're going to go ahead and get right into this contest. Ramon, the man that beat Orlando Nunes in his last singles venture, cementing his place near the top of the card. But he's got to go up against a real shooter. Full Sail Armada's own Eric Curaga Alpizar. But right now, got to say, I like Ramon's chances. Momentum is on his side. The Alpizars coming off a somewhat significant loss, losing that KOF Trios title in that Knicks Wrestling Organization special. But if there's one thing I know about Eric Alpizar, he does not give a damn about anyone or anything. And if anybody can bounce back from that loss, it is going to be him. Right now, it looks like both competitors in a bit of a feeling out process, trying to figure out exactly, maybe that feeling out process is over as Eric just delivers an aluminum bat across the side of the head with that boot of his. And it looks like that is what Eric needed to turn on the gas. Ramon answering back. And we spoke about the Pearlman brothers. We spoke about that tag team match that we just witnessed. About heart. About that inner strength to kick out of everything your opponent's got. Ramon has that inner strength. More than nearly anyone on this Blake's House roster. So despite that explosive offense from Eric just a few moments ago, Ramon's still very much in this contest. Back switch and clubbing blow to the back of the head, but Eric not allowing him to capitalize, but Ramon to his feet first. Kick to the gut, and Alpizar now just working the leg, trying to slow Ramon down. Big reverse choke slam, goes for the cover. 1, 2, only gets 2.
5 minutes gone.
Alpizar now running the ropes and stomp to the chest with a little bit of extra momentum. Ramon now looking to return the favor, but Alpizar too crafty. Gets to his feet, but massive Dr. Wily bomb. Ramon on that Ramon factor. Never a man that you can count out in a match. But Alpizar once again starting to go back to the leg. Alpizar knows just how effective Ramon is in long matches, trying to slow him down, make him less effective the longer this match goes on. And that is why he is targeting the knees, the ankles. Make getting up onto your feet a struggle. Make walking a struggle. As he once again goes for that knee bar, but Ramon, he will not be submitted. And Ramon, big pile driver, planting Alpizar onto the top of his head and falling fist into his back for good measure. But Alpizar this time to his feet before Ramon. So Ramon will put him back onto the mat as he looks to continue his offense. And now it's Ramon's turn to go to the legs of Alpizar, but Alpizar getting a hand on that bottom rope. And big back body drop. Ramon is on the outside. Alpizar following him. This is going to be a brawl next to the barricade. And that striking combination just plants Ramon. But Ramon to his feet does not miss a moment of this match. Big drop kick to the knee, taking Ramon's legs once again out from underneath his legs. And there's that shoot Taekwondo background that makes Alpizar so dangerous. It is why he was the first ever Shoot League champion. And now it looks like Ramon is taking a page out of Alpizar's playbook, going for the legs, taking those educated feet away from Alpizar. And we are seemingly back to that feeling out process. Both men have hit each other with significant strikes, and looks like both competitors just scrambling to get on top here. Another big falling fist, and Ramon goes for the cover off that. He thinks that might be enough, but it's only going to be two as both competitors scramble to their feet, and Alpizar and Ramon kick, punch, back and forth. Alpizar lining up for a devastating strike, but Ramon takes his best shot and gives one back of his own. Goes for the cover, 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. As repeated punches just flatten Ramon to the mat. And it is just back and forth, back and forth. Ramon now, big shoulder block, but unable to capitalize. Alpizar shot into that corner turnbuckle. What's Ramon setting up for here? Alpizar in the tree of woe, and repeated palm strikes, just continuing to work over that leg. But hold on. That's got to be enough. Cover, 1, 2. No! Ramon never quits, never gives up. If he can get back to his feet, he is still in any match, as he proves after taking that devastating kick to the side of the head. Kicks out and gets right back into this contest, but Alpizar trying to shut him down. Ramon now dazed, struggling a little bit here, and that's going to create another opportunity for Alpizar to deliver kick after kick, this time to the back of the head. Ramon unable to protect himself from that hard shot to the back of the head, and that is going to be a victory for Alpizar. And the landscape of the world title picture has just changed. But let us get ourselves into that KOF TV title match. Of course, we just witnessed a husband and wife team. We've got the other Shoot husband and wife team going up against the team of Brad Chad, ZSJ, and Kurt London. You have to say ZSJ because he is British. So let us go ahead and get into this next match. The Worzallas and Tyler Brad Chad, Zack Sabre Jr., and Kurt London for the KOF TV title. That match is right now. Tyler and the Worzallas a bit of a mixed bag as a team.
All right, baby!
But undeniably effective if they can get going, but it's going to be a tough team to do that against. When you have the technical skill of Brad Chad and Zack Sabre Jr. and the magnificent athletic ability and showmanship of Flaming Kurt London. This team winning the Trios title at the Mixed Wrestling Organization special event. Will they be able to retain in Blake's house? Big hip toss at the start of the match. We are in a bit of a feeling out process right now. Thus far, Brad Chad winning out in that feeling out process. As Worzallas unable to get anything started just yet.
Come on!
Brad Chad picks the leg and continues to work the legs of Worzallas. Brad Chad continuing to attack Worzallas, but Christine is right here. Big punch to the gut. Christine has had enough of seeing her husband struggle in this matchup here. Big chop to the chest, but Brad Chad shooting Christine into the ropes, but Christine able to escape. But we have Zack Sabre Jr. in this contest here. Big uppercut to the throat, and looks like Christine making her way to her own corner. Zack Sabre unable to cut her off, and now it is Zack Sabre Jr. head-to-head with Tyler Donaldson. Now this is going to be an interesting matchup. Zack Sabre, a man, if he can pin you down, can pick you apart in an infinitely many number of ways. But Tyler's so difficult to pin down, and that may be why Zack Sabre has elected to bring Kurt London into this match. The speed and athletic ability of London are going to make it so much more difficult for Tyler to get around, and Tyler elects to neutralize that athletic ability by bringing in a powerhouse that is Christine. And clubbing blow to the back of the head, and Christine now stretching Kurt London out in that blue Gatorade corner. Kurt London sent to the outside. Kurt London now has Christine right where he wants her, as this fight was taking place in that orange Gatorade corner, but it's like that orange Gatorade team has lost control a little bit, allowed Christine to get back to her own corner, and now it is Tyler Donaldson up against Brad Chad. To see exactly what Tyler's answer is to that extreme technical ability of Brad Chad. It looks like he's holding his own quite well. Big toe kick and drop kick to the back of the head. Both competitors to their feet. Tyler answers back with a backdrop. Thought about bringing Worzallas into this match. Thinks better of it. And he seems to be handling his own quite well. But that chop to the chest brings Tyler to his knees. Big suplex, and Tyler electing to get back into his own corner. You saw just how much that suplex took out of him. But Worzallas was having trouble with Brad Chad earlier in this contest, really unable to gain any major momentum. Brad Chad electing to stay fresh in this matchup. So it is now Worzallas up against Kurt London. Big flying hip attack sends Worzallas into that blue Gatorade corner. And Worzallas just having so much difficulty getting going. Maybe that speed disadvantage, but hold on. Worzallas now trying to neutralize that disadvantage a little bit as he begins to work the legs of Kurt London. Kurt London undeterred, big flying head scissors as both competitors miss with that collar and elbow tie-up, but Kurt London not missing here. And big double drop kick. As the crowd chanting for the Worzallas, Christine Worzallas currently in the ring as Kurt London retreats back to his own corner and brings Zack Sabre Jr. back into this match. And ZSJ with those European uppercuts, putting Christine into the mat. Ooh, big kick to the gut, but Zack Sabre is still able to outmaneuver her. No eliminations yet. Just over 10 minutes into this contest. You've got to figure the complete landscape of this match will change if either of the Worzallas is able to connect with that patented Worzallas elbow drop. But thus far, they have been denied any opportunities to do so. Christine able to get to her own corner, bring Tyler back into this match. Big slam into the center of the ring. And Tyler making the mistake to go in for that mount position against a wrestler, and he is thoroughly outmaneuvered by Brad Chad. Another big dropkick right into that red emblem on his chest, marking the spot to deliver those boots. And Zack Sabre Jr., the Noodle Man, back in the ring. But Christine not allowing him to grab a hold. Christine goes for a cover, possibly out of desperation, but not even a count of one. ZSJ displaying that European chain wrestling, but Christine displaying that big lariat and locks on that claw hold to the side of the head. Christine unable to cut Zack Sabre off, and Kurt London now back into this match. And big lariat again from Christine. Christine, the total workhorse of this team right now, but does elect to go back into her own corner. You can see she's starting to run out of steam, but big tandem offense from the Worzallas, just flattening Kurt London. Big choke slam, but Worzallas not done. Lariato into the center of the ring. Big tackle. Kurt London has nowhere to go. But a forearm smash will create some space, and that's going to get him back into his own corner before Worzallas can get going any further. Big dragon screw, and it looks like Worzallas got Kurt London's number, possibly Brad Chad's as well, as Brad Chad is slammed to the mat. This is the Worzallas that this team needed about 10 minutes ago. But this Worzallas is here now. Big suplex. But Tyler able to come in and make the save. And Worzallas setting up for that patented Worzallas elbow drop. But Christine, a bit of a miscue, but Worzallas getting an opportunity now. Plants the elbow right on that red emblem. Just a bullseye on the chest of Brad Chad. And miscue as well for this team. Oh my God. Double armbar, and that's going to clear out both aprons. As it is absolute chaos in the ring. Worzallas bringing Tyler into this match. And now Tyler trapped in a hold, and Christine electing to come in to make the save. And big lariat, and that's going to create an opportunity for Tyler as he goes up top.
All right, baby.
Big diving elbow drop, and it is such a long distance for that Orange Gatorade team, but Worzallas sitting on the apron, possibly costing his team an elimination. And it is a double down in the center of the ring, as both teams electing to go back to their own corners, get a fresh competitor into this match. Christine a little bit too preoccupied with Zack Sabre Jr., but finds her mark against Kurt London. Kurt London not going to be submitted by Christine here, but big double drop kick from Tyler and Worzallas. We are still over 20 minutes into this contest. No eliminations have happened thus far. Goes for the cover, and this time it is a mile for Worzallas and Tyler to cross. They are unable to do so, but Christine able to kick out. But can she kick out of that big body splash? No, she cannot. The first elimination is going to go to the defending team, that Orange Gatorade team, as a big twisting senton will occur, and Kurt London is fired up. But elects to bring Zack Sabre Jr. back into this contest, maybe thinking better about going to that finishing sequence this early in the match. Ooh, a bit of a miscue from Worzallas, and that could cost his team. Although cover 1, 2, just too close to that Orange Gatorade corner. And that is going to create another opportunity. Hold on, another opportunity possibly for Worzallas as he goes up top. High risk here. Big double axe handle to the back of the head. Worzallas pulling out everything, going for that trios title. Planting ZSJ into the mat, but Worzallas now in trouble. Big kick to the side, and that's going to create an opportunity for Zack Sabre to get back to his own corner, and that could be it. No, Worzallas hand on the bottom rope. Just barely able to keep in this. And Kurt London not able to connect with that tornado kick, and that's going to create an opportunity for Tyler now as he goes up top. Big moonsault off the top. If he goes for the cover here, that could be it, but no, he's going... Excuse me, he is cut off as Kurt London connects with a moonsault of his own, two, but only two. Worzallas able to make the save. Now Tyler shot into the ropes, and Frankensteiner dropped right on his head. And Kurt London, you know what this means. He's going for it. No, hold on. Once wasn't enough. Elects to go for the roll-up. This could be Worzallas not quite able to make it there in time. If he wants to pick up the victory, he's going to have to do it all by himself. Cover, 1, 2, 3 count fall. The first elimination for this Blue Gatorade team. But Worzallas a little bit confused about who the legal man was. Goes for that chokeslam on Zack Sabre, but it is actually Brad Chad who is legal, able to break that up. And blazing tornado into the blue Gatorade corner. But Worzallas, he's not finished. Hold on, lift and dropping Worzallas onto his neck. How is Worzallas going to be able to overcome these odds? That's got to be it. Cover 1, 2, 3 count fall. And the team of Brad Chad, Zack Sabre Jr., and Flaming Kurt London will be the KOF TV champions for another week. Damn, one hell of a show from both teams. Worzallas giving his best effort to make that comeback, but not quite able to overcome that 3-on-1 odds. And Brad Chad, Zack Sabre Jr., Kurt London successfully defend the KOF Trios title. Well, we have just got 3 more matches for you guys tonight. Of course, we have... Oh, let me turn elimination off, because as always, I will forget. We have one more Chop Shop tournament sponsored by the Source Magazine match. A special exhibition, Shawn Satchwell versus A-Man. And of course, the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. Of course, you now know the competitor in that match will be Drew Serpa. But let's go ahead and get right into this tournament contest. JJ Mondo, fan favorite of Blake's house, as alongside Slick Rick, will be taking on Omar, Epps, and Busta Rhymes in Chop Shop tag team action. Heard backstage, Busta Rhymes calling his shot. He claims he is going to be the man to walk away with the $50,000 in the brand new SUV brought to you by the Source Magazine. Says he is built to smash, and he will also break his opponent's goddamn necks as he delivers repeated mounted punches to Rick the Ruler. But JJ Mondo trying to protect his teammate as he delivers those metal arms to the crown of the head, and tandem offense from Slick Rick and JJ. And Busta Rhymes going for those arm holds. He is a submission specialist, but as is Slick Rick. So be on the lookout for holds. Both of these competitors catch as catch can style. Any limb they can grab, they will try to pull apart. But don't let me undersell Omar Epps in this contest. A thing I like to point out with Omar Epps specifically, there are a lot of competitors in Blake's house, in Judgment Pro Wrestling, in the Def Jam Underground Fighting League, that are punchers. Omar Epps is a boxer. He's a man that fights with form and superior technique. The placement of his punches are absolutely clutch, but Slick Rick able to sidestep that uppercut. Now JJ and Slick Rick, no, shut down by Busta Rhymes. But OE and Busta Rhymes just planting Rick the Ruler into the mat. And hold on, lift and then drop from JJ, but Busta Rhymes now just trying to punish Slick Rick.
Give up. Give up.
5 minutes gone.
And there's that submission style that I told you guys you need to watch out for. Both of these competitors. Slick Rick and Busta Rhymes grabbing on chokeholds, arm bars, knee bars. Hold on. Busta Rhymes with that Argentine backbreaker. Of course, it's Fact the Enforcer's back as he locks on the torture rack and big. Oh, JJ betting it all on that diving elbow and doesn't find his mark. And that is going to cost this team as he is all alone against OE and Busta Rhymes.
Give up. Give up.
Busta Rhymes cutting off Slick Rick from making the save and then locks on that armbar of his own. JJ this time driving that metal elbow right into the spine of his opponent off that top turnbuckle.
Give up.
Slick Rick going for those clinch kicks. A maneuver that may give him a little bit of an edge over Busta Rhymes, as he can beat you in a couple of different ways Busta Rhymes cannot. Big suplex from JJ Mondo. And once again, that tag team offense, you would think that Slick Rick and JJ have been working together since 2005. That very well may be the case. But Busta Rhymes OE returning the favor as Slick Rick is just dropped to the mat, but hold on, triangle hold, no. Armbar from Busta Rhymes. And once again, double powerbomb. The match is absolutely chaos, folks. Big rolling elbow, but OE and JJ both finding their marks with a hard shot to the face. Ooh, guillotine chokehold, but... And now this is an armbar from Busta Rhymes, and it is just absolute madness. Nobody can get a hold, can maintain that advantage long enough. And just as I say that, OE with that pin attempt, getting a count of 2 over JJ. And both teams just protecting their partners so effectively, preventing any sustained offense. Oh my God, big flying punches. Busta Rhymes testing the motors and actuators in those metal arms of JJ Mondo, while Slick Rick locks on that scarf hold, and hold on, guillotine choke from Busta Rhymes. If I had to bet on anything, I don't believe this match is going to go to pinfall,
Give up.
as both Busta Rhymes and Slick Rick have just worked the limbs of their opponents so thoroughly over the course of this match. Gotta figure it is only a matter of time before one of those holds pays off. Big boot to the stomach. But JJ tried to answer back, unable to do so, as he is slammed into the mat. Big Tony Jaa coming from Rick the Ruler. And goes for the cover. JJ could have it here, and he does. And JJ defying my own expectation, coming in with that clutch elbow drop, and OE unable to get a shoulder off the mat. So before we advance to our next match, let's take a look at the matchups you guys will be seeing next week. Robert Walsh and John Newton going up against the team of JB3 and D-Mob. Robert and John certainly have the advantage going into this match, as despite a week of rest, JB3 and D-Mob were certainly pushed to their limits in that contest, and Robert and John have had a week off. However, on the subject of competitors pushed to their limits, the Firm and Method in Red were in an all-out war. You've got to wonder how effectively they are going to be able to rest and recuperate going into their match against JJ Mondo and Slick Rick. But JJ and Slick certainly in a similar situation as Busta Rhymes with that limb work and OE with those devastating punches certainly did a number on this team. We'll have to see who is going to be able to come in well rested in this contest to be able to advance into the final. But that will all have to wait until next week. We have just got 2 more matches for you folks tonight. And the first being a special exhibition featuring the JPW Heavyweight Champion. So let us go ahead and pull that up right now. And he is going to be going head-to-head with the swashbuckler Shawn Satchwell, a man who very nearly took the Rapture to go the distance in that exploding death match, just a few seconds short. But this man, all heart, going up against a machine that is A-Man. And of course, you've got tonight's main event to look forward to immediately afterwards. The Mag.Lo Open Challenge. You know, Mag.Lo will be facing Drew Serpa after winning a controversial Mag.Lo Battle Royal. He finds himself in the main event. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here. So let's go ahead and get right into this match. have to see just what Satchwell can do here up against a powerhouse that is A-Man. But Satchwell has fought long odds before. Let's see just how he handles himself against the JPW champion. Man who has held that title for over 10 weeks. Man who has not lost on Blake's House Television. Satchwell looking to be the first competitor to hand him that loss. A-Man just so strong and tougher than a $2 steak. But Satchwell seems to be handling himself quite well. He appears to have the upper hand at this phase of the match. Just as I say that, A-Man trying to break Satchwell's back, make him humble with that camel clutch. And big boot square in the jaw. Neither competitor gaining the upper hand in that strike exchange, and big leg lariat punching the legs out from underneath the legs of A-Man, and runs the ropes and delivers another clubbing blow to a seated A-Man. You know, that's Satchwell's offense goes through the lariat. He's a man looking to come at you broadside with that clubbing forearm to the throat area. And it looks like he's going to deliver another one of those to a seated A-Man again. Satchwell clearly aware of the stakes of this contest. If he were to pin the champion tonight, it would be an absolute coup in the minds of the JPW locker room. And hold on, A-Man just crushing Satchwell here too. But Satchwell's still got a lot more fight in him, folks. Satchwell slammed to the mat, and another pin attempt, 2. And another 2 count, and Satchwell is back into this match. Satchwell dropping A-Man onto his head. A-Man dazed. The champion has been stunned. And clubbing blow once again to the legs. Taken out from under the legs of A-Man. Satchwell looking to go broadside, but A-Man had it scouted. And crushing back elbow. A-Man throwing all of his weight right into the chest of Shawn Satchwell. Satchwell just taking a moment to breathe. He knows he's got the advantage at this phase of the match. But doesn't want to let the moment get to him. Clubbing blow once again, but A-Man just flattening Shawn Satchwell. But Satchwell is to his feet first, but he seems to have gotten up purely on instinct. Doesn't seem to know where he is, and that's going to cost him as A-Man dumps Satchwell to the outside, and A-Man will follow. Not going to give Satchwell a moment to breathe. And it is just chaos on the outside. Both competitors. Harada's count is at 11, 12, 13. big backbreaker. 16. The count is at 17.
18.
But A-Man back in the ring. But you can see the fatigue on his face. Big backbreaker, and this could be the broadside lariat. No. Shoots him into that corner turnbuckle. But unable to get that killing blow that he needs to pick up the victory in this contest. And A-Man now just throwing his weight back onto Satchwell. He knows that he's looking for that lariat, but that big body press, that maneuver that he's won so many matches with, is that enough? And it is. And A-Man proving once again why he is the undefeated champion of Judgment Pro Wrestling. But Shawn Satchwell, just as he did with the Rapture, pushing these seemingly unstoppable monsters to their absolute limit. But Satchwell, once again, just 1 yard short. But we have got tonight's main event. The Mag.Lo Open Challenge. As I said earlier, Drew Serpa winning a somewhat controversial Mag.Lo Battle Royal. But here he stands in the gorilla position, prepared to take on Mag.Lo. So let us not waste any more of your time as we get into tonight's main event. Drew making his way to the ring. The bright lights of the main event shining on him as he calls for Mag.Lo. Wait a minute. What's he doing here? What's DJ Dix doing in Blake's house? This is not who Drew thought he was going to be facing tonight. And Drew outmaneuvered by the doctor. Count of one from Harada. It's not clear where Mag.Lo is tonight. DJ Dix has taken Mag.Lo's spot in tonight's main event. And big low blow from the doctor. Drew falling back on his wrestling background. And going into that giant swing, just launching Drew into that blue Gatorade corner. And DJ Dix just having nothing to do with Drew's offense. Launch that roaring elbow. Big backdrop. Back switch and roll up again, cover one, but only one as both competitors to their feet. And hold on, DJ Dix has him in the gravity squeeze, but Drew able to escape the hold.
5 minutes gone.
And DJ Dix just denying Drew at every step. Drew once again going to that mount position, but powered off him quickly is DJ Dix. And Phoenix Arrow into the center of the ring. DJ Dix not messing around. Count of one. Drew going for these covers seemingly out of desperation at this point. But Mag.Lo, excuse me, DJ Dix rather. Just seems to be willing and able to wrestle with Drew here. Hold on, big tackle into the corner. This could be the opportunity that Drew needs. Goes for the cover, one, and only one. On Drew connecting with that small package bomb, but only a count of two. Big tackle from Drew, that double leg takedown as he goes into that mounted punches, but DJ Dix still in this contest, but Drew's been fighting him off quite effectively. Hold on, DJ Dix going high risk. And what the hell was that? Psycho ball off the top rope. And hold on, Drew going with the gravity squeeze to DJ Dix. But DJ Dix powers out of the hold. And cover, 1, 2. But Drew kicking out at 2. And hold on, Drew rolls him up. 1, 2, no, only 1. DJ Dix seems to have found a second wind at this stage of the match. And Drew is in trouble, but no, hold on. Drew slamming DJ Dix back to the mat and getting a moment to breathe at a critical point in this contest. Back switch from Drew, but DJ Dix had it scouted. DJ Dix once again running the ropes and flattens Drew Serpa. 3 count fall. And I have no words for what we just saw. I don't know why DJ Dix is here. But if that match is any indication, he is here to beat ass. All right, well, we've got a dark match left to go, but I've been sitting on that since Wednesday, give or take. That like I knew I was going to do this tonight, and actually having people in the chat when DJ Dix made his way to the ring, that made my fucking night. I want to be extremely clear. Because that was real good. Yeah, sorry it had to happen to you. And yeah, like once we queue this match up, can call in on Discord. Because there were like a couple story threads with relation to your characters that kind of wanted to figure out where we were going to go. But yeah, Drew, like I said, sorry it had to happen to you. But also, like, I mean, you technically won the Battle Royal, but also you didn't actually eliminate the last man, so I don't know, it's a big big toss-up. And also, like, hey, that means you now, like, there's a couple angles we can fit you into, because a lot of shit has just happened. But right now I'm still looking at 8 characters on the screen. We need to get this down to 2, just so we can do a bonus match while I'm hanging out with you guys in the chat. I am extremely here for R-Truth being in the ring. I think we've had New Jack on one of these before. So I'm kind of leaning towards Adam Page. The fucked up thing is, like, all 4 of these characters have been, like, on the show before. Let's see here. I'm gonna let it be, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna do Shane McMahon, because it has been a little while since we've seen him.
Hoi.
Let me see what time it is as well. 9:30. GK, you want me to give you a call now? Because, like, it's not like any, like, super secret stuff. It's just like, mainly figuring out where the angle of James versus JPW fits in, and all right, yeah, I can give you a call real quick.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I just needed to mute the show so I'm not getting an echo.
Gotcha. But yeah, like I was saying at the start of the show, like because of the tag team tournament, like, all right, both JB3 as well as the Firm, which is like the biggest names that would be retaliating against James, are kind of occupied. So,
yeah.
Like, so it's like kind of weird to like advance that story during the tournament.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also the thing I mentioned in chat, like, I'll have to check and see if I did set that up correctly or not. Because what I was worried was going to happen was like random dudes were going to interfere in that match. But of course, with Fire Pro, sometimes nobody interferes in the match, and that's the overwhelming majority of the time.
I was like, yeah, sometimes. No, you mean, yeah, the majority, because the interference in this game is garbage.
Yeah, big fan of high interference, meaning 20%, which, I mean, I guess for some things that's high, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, if they had one more notch that said yes, I'd be okay with it, but...
Yeah.
like, they don't.
Right. Or even something like the chance progressively increased over the course of the match, because like if it's just like yes, the first time it rolls for that check it does it, that means like interference is basically always going to happen at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
But like yeah, if it started at like I don't know 5% and then every 3 to 5 minutes that number went like significantly higher, something like that. I don't know. Game design is weird.
Yeah, so I mean that happened, but I mean as far as trying to get that to happen, I mean we pretty well talked about it. It's going to be a matter of hoping the interference happens.
Right.
When we set the matches up, and because I've got that new division where we have 4 people in the ring at once, you know, we can set it up so it's more likely to happen.
Yeah, and like that's gonna be good for the like James versus JPW angle as well, and I don't know, maybe that's where we try to fit the other angle in as well.
Yeah, well, if by the other angle, do you mean the one with A-Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't necessarily have to compete for that title, because I feel like he's way too overstated to fight for that title. But, like, he could have an exhibition in that match type.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
5, 6, 7.
Because, like, that's kind of where he's at right now without, like, a dedicated #1 contender. Although it would have been fucking wild if Satchwell beat him clean.
I mean, Satchwell was doing pretty good. I mean, it kind of comes down to A-Man doing what he does, and I love that both of these guys are just dancing. Like,
yeah.
What is this dark match?
It's good, is what this is.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, R-Truth is like one of the few bright spots in WWE for me right now. Because like he's at least fun. Because I was at my parents' place this past week, and SmackDown was on, and I watched about maybe 15 to 40 minutes of SmackDown, and I had to hear Michael Cole say dog food in all caps with 3 exclamation marks, like basically once every 3 or 4 minutes. Because that's an angle they're doing.
Michael Cole is a terrible commentator.
Yeah, like, and it's, I mean, yes, some of it is, he is bad, but some of it is also, like,
Yeah,
the way the show is written, like, he only has so much to work with.
That's true, but, like, I don't think Michael Cole's ever been good.
He was an okay backstage interview, but like that was a totally different role.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think he's ever been good on commentary.
Which is actually how I feel about JR now, is I wish AEW would move him backstage. Because I think he would be okay there, but he's a fucking awful commentator now.
Oh my god. I mean, he's definitely gotten to the point where he's too old.
Yeah.
I mean, he has messed up wrestlers' names fairly consistently week to week.
Like, one of my big complaints about him is just, like, if somebody makes a mistake in the ring or, like, just does something, like, somewhat sloppy, he'll just absolutely shit on the performers in the ring and the match. And, like, you literally can't do that as a commentator. Like, it is your job to make the people look good, and you are doing the opposite of that.
Yeah, no, it's, JR is definitely past his prime.
And, yeah, like some of these dance moves we could absolutely add to more people. Honestly, like the DJ Dix character edit was a little bit of a rush job. Like, a lot more of his move list is Mag.Lo's move list than I wanted to, but I just, like, didn't have time to do a total redo of the move list between, like, when I had the idea to make that a match and when I went live tonight.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some interesting things tonight.
Absolutely.
Like, Frank Vista.
Yeah, man, that was fucked up.
I mean, you got eliminated by a guy who wasn't even in the match anymore.
Right.
There's definitely got to be some resentment there, and R-Truth got it.
Yep. Yeah, like, and this is kind of what we were talking about, where, like, hey, we're using him in the Battle Royal because he puts on entertaining matches, but, like, all right, now some people have some reason to be pissed at him, and we can, like, turn that into a thing. So...
Yeah, you know, it'll be an interesting way to segue that, and maybe we can talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, that was the bonus match, so let me find these guys something to watch. Let's see. Let's see, who the hell is streaming? If Lexi's still streaming, that's what I'm going to be watching after I log off. But also, like, not sure how invested my audience is in, like, politics Twitch. So probably not going to throw to that. So yeah, I guess probably just going to shut it off here. But, appreciate you guys stopping by. As always, we're going to be doing this every Sunday night at roughly 7:30 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/MondayCindy for your weekly episodic pro wrestling content. If you are interested in some NHL 20 hockey content with myself and Eric Alpizar, we're generally doing that on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/MondayCindy, where we've been doing a weekly exhibition in NHL 20 while the two of us try to learn how to play that video game. Might do some other stuff. I keep saying that I'm going to play Disco Elysium, and I'm going to continue to say that and probably not play it until I do. And that's kind of going to be my stream schedule for the upcoming couple weeks. But appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and log off and hope to see you all next week.